When I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
Put my hat up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just...
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Morris?
Oh, my heart,
Happy 20th anniversary.
my heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? Done.
And dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself.
The doctor lived next door to the janitor, to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all and more.
Letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We here. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that is within me. Bless His holy name. All wise and almighty God, bless this show, bless this week. Bless us to touch somebody, to heal somebody, to inspire somebody, to inform somebody. And we promise, Lord, to give you all the praise and all the glory. In your mighty, matchless, and majestic name, we say amen. Or as my Muslims say, Ameen. There were some wonderful events over the weekend. Patti LaBelle was in town, 79 years old, down the Lyric. And let me tell you something, people down the Lyric, shameful. They had them black people standing in the cold. It was ugly. It was very ugly. And the white people across the street at the mile just walking in the door. They treating black people like it was a South African first free election. It was a damn shame. It was a crying shame. The Lyric Theater should be protested. It should be a law. And they got black people down there working. It reminded me of the time I worked at Banana Republic, and they said that my job was to follow black people around and catch them stealing when the white woman over there stealing everything. Just like our head company. Remember back in the day, you go to head company at Ricerstown Road Plaza, they follow you around. White woman over, old white Jewish woman over there stealing her ass off, but they following you. That's the chicanery and the foolishness that this country needs to stop. But the Patti LaBelle show, Patti is 79, and she ain't gonna hurt herself. But it was a crying shame the way they treat black people. And at the Lyric, shame on the Lyric. If you was down there, you should say something. You should write a letter to the Lyric owners, because I promised them I was gonna say something about them today. And my man from Tampa did have a chance to go to Prim and Proper. Have you been to Prim and Proper? Really nice restaurant down on the on Redwood Street. Redwood Street is coming alive. They never had black people on Redwood Street before. Now they got the Afro and a fancy black restaurant. But without further ado, we have today's guest. I almost thought you had a chef jacket on.
No, Doni, it's a blazer, a different kind of one.
Attorney Kisha Brown, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm very well. Thank you for having me. Excited.
Well, we're glad to have you, my fellow Cancerian. You know, you better not mess with no cancer. We try to be nice, Kisha.
We are nice.
We are nice. We are nice. But don't get us wrong. Don't get it twisted.
I try to tell these people out here, but they think, They think we're sheep, but we're really wolves in sheep's clothing sometimes.
Try
Well,
to be
not
nice
wolves,
to
because
them.
wolves prey. Wolves prey. I'm not trying to pray, but I do mean business. How about that? I do mean business.
Kisha, so many times I have called you because so-and-so needs a lawyer.
Yeah.
How is it that you're like the go-to person for lawyers?
Well, in 2018, I had this, as a lawyer, as a black lawyer, as a black female lawyer, Doni, from the minute I started law school, I had people asking me, hey, do you know somebody who does this, somebody who does that? And all lawyers, black lawyers especially, experience that. But I was like, we got to do something different, right? We can't keep doing the same thing, expecting something different to happen. We got to do something different for a different result. And the different result we want is justice. We want it to be something that isn't just a few of us get, or you got to have the right hookup or know the right person, but every one of us should have access to the justice that we need, whether it's for our business, whether it's for getting ownership of our home through the probate process, whether it's getting custody of our kids. We all have our own version of justice. And we as Black people have been denied it too long, delayed it too long. And it's up to us as Black lawyers to lead the way, to break down walls, to open the pathway for our people to get the justice they deserve.
So then what happened?
Yeah, so then, I said, I'm going to build this network, right? I'm going to bring Black lawyers who are in private practice together so that people can find them easily. I consider myself the connector, right? I don't practice full time anymore. It's all about making these connections. And I was like, I'm going to build like a modern day legal green book, right? That go-to reference for Black people to know where it's safe, who's got their back, and where they can avail themselves of Black lawyers who are culturally competent and intelligent and so forth. And so I created Justice Connection, and what's the first Black attorney referral network in the country. So we've got lawyers who are barred in Maryland, DC, Virginia, Georgia, Florida, Illinois, Alabama, New York, California, and we're growing. And so this is a national movement. Right? This is an international movement, really, because Black people are everywhere. And we as Black people deserve the right to be able to connect with top legal counsel that looks like us, right? That's invested in us, that comes from our community, that invests in our community. And so I started building this network back in 2019, 2018. And here we are. This is actually me celebrating my 5-year anniversary since incorporation. So
happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Thank you. So we're excited to still be here and to be serving. And just yesterday, I was at Metropolitan AME Church in Washington, D.C., announcing the launch of our first Black lawyer directory, a digital interactive directory that we're allowing folks to be able to download for free off of our website. I'll make sure to put that in the chat. Folks can go for free online and download this directory. And then we were also passing out church fans because, you got to have a good church fan in the house so that you can wave away the bad spirits and make sure.
The Undertakers used to have that on lock.
They did, and I say did with the past tense because Justice Connection want to be in every church pew. These beautiful church fans, all the Black attorneys, you see Johnny Cochran there and Thurgood Marshall and our girl Ketanji Brown Jackson. Got to have Barack up at top, and we've got some historic Charles Hamilton Houston and some folks that folks may know and may not know, but the importance is we as Black lawyers have been here. We've been serving our communities. We want to continue to do that. And then on the back, it's got do justice, love mercy, walk humbly, one of my favorite biblical quotes, and then information about Justice Connection, right? How to get in touch with the lawyer and what we do.
Let's get to the money part because that's where a lot of people had a problem. When you hire a lawyer, what should you expect? I had one person come to me. They wanted a lawyer, but they wanted the lawyer to go out there and do the grounds work, and they didn't think that that lawyer needed a retainer, or they didn't understand that that lawyer needed a retainer. If I'm going to stop what I'm doing to go out here and handle your case, you have to pay me.
Yeah, there's a bit of a mythology around who can afford an attorney.
Is this right?
And
is this right?
That is right. That is right. That is right. Thank you. So folks can go there and connect with us and connect with an attorney today. We have attorneys who handle family law, business, custody, estate planning, personal injury when you get into a car accident, and so forth. I see that question as well, and I will get to that, right? So oftentimes there's this mythology around, oh, I need $10,000 to get an attorney. I don't got my money right. I can't talk to one yet, right? And then the other swing of the pendulum is, oh, I'm just going to get an attorney to do my work for free, completely.
Or if it's a criminal case, you go on to court and you say, I'll just take the public defender.
That's right. So the only time that the state will pay for your attorney is if there is the threat of jail time. That's the only time the public. What'd you say?
Can I do a public service announcement?
Okay.
Hire a lawyer. I ain't saying don't get a public defender, but I'm saying if you can't hire a lawyer, amen. And I approve that message.
Look, and we hire lawyers all the time. You know how you know? Because you got all these white. I'm not even gonna say their names because that's free advertisement. But they got the billboards. They're on 92Q. They're on the side of buses, and they're in our neighborhoods. Right? You go down North Avenue, you see those buses, and on the side they got that guy, and he's call me. Right? They advertise in our neighborhood specifically because they know there's money in our neighborhood.
Dwight Pettit advertising in our neighborhood. I can do his commercial. If you need me, call me.
There you go. Now we'll shout him out, right? We'll definitely shout him out. But there are some folks who are outside our community who advertise in our community specifically.
Who spend money in our community? Warren Brown. Who spend money in who give back to our community? Warren Brown, years ago, he did he was supportive of this young man named Keon Giroux, who was going to Morehouse, a couple years younger than me. I just left Atlanta, and I found out that Warren Brown was supportive of Keon Giroux, who's doing marvelous things. But he bought a billboard right at North and Howard. I'll never forget it. And it was like, how many? Billy Murphy gives back. As a matter of fact, Bayer by Dr. Tyrone Tabor is about to kick off next week. And he got his start right there, renting space from Billy Murphy. Joe Howard, first judge elected citywide here in the city of Baltimore out of Iowa, made it his business to give back and to look out for Black people. Tell me about the strong legacy of Black lawyers in Baltimore. We know about DC. We know about Charles Hamilton Houston, the Dean of Howard University Law. But tell me about that Baltimore love when it comes to the lawyering field.
Yeah, I mean, and you've named some of the folks who've been there, done that, right? Who have been not only in the legal struggle and making sure that Black lawyers play a role in the pursuit of justice, but that are really strong in supporting the Black community overall, right? And we had Billy on, we had a Legends in the Law series, and we had Billy on, and he talked about how when he first came out, Black people supported him in ways that, supported his entire career. And so Black lawyers, the thing, Doni, that it is oftentimes you can name certain people, but there are so many Black lawyers in Baltimore and the Baltimore region. And it's so important for us to know that there are so many opportunities and options that we have as Black people to pursue justice, right? You got Hassan Barnes, who has a practice in Baltimore and handles everything from criminal to family law. You got Carrie Davidson, who is a masterful business lawyer. You have J. Wendell Gordon, as you know, the warrior lawyer.
Fellow Cancerian.
He is a fellow Cancerian, indeed, right? And so you have folks who are supporting the Baltimore region, Leslie Howard and Portia Wood, who handle estate planning and making sure that Black legacy is passed on, and Carl Chen, who does estate planning as well, and Christine Dixon, who's a business attorney. So many folks who are based in Baltimore, who are committed to Baltimore. And it's important for us as Black people to know that these folks exist, because that way, the more options we have, the more likely we are to then engage the legal system. You in the back with your hand up.
Can you tell me about the Black women attorneys?
Yes, I mean, well, I love Black women attorneys. I am one myself, right? And so I used to be a past president of the Alliance of Black Women Attorneys of Maryland. And it's an organization where our history, our legacy requires it. Our legacy requires it. Our history demands it, right? And so it's based in Baltimore, one of the oldest Black bar associations in the country. And it was founded to ensure that Black women also had a unique voice in supporting their community and connecting with one another. Let me share this. Only 4.8% of all attorneys are Black, right? So when you was like, oh, I know a whole bunch of attorneys, that's it. Right? We are not a large number in the industry, and in part because we're not growing. And we're not growing because we need to tap into our Black community better to support the growth of our practices, okay? And especially in areas of business, criminal, estate planning, and family law. Some of the fundamentals that Black lawyers should be the Black community's go-to. And so what we do at Justice Connection is educating and empowering our community in the law. And then when folks are ready to say, hey, I want to hire someone, we give them options. We make those referrals and we help them along the process with some questions to get the conversation started. One of the questions that was popped up on the screen was, do we have a prepaid plan? And so Justice Connection is free for the public. It's free for the public to be able to go on the site and be able to connect with a lawyer.
Well, how do you make money?
I'm working on it. But the lawyers pay
no, you have to get paid. If you bring in people business, you're supposed to get a referral fee.
Well, it's a little complicated in that the law.
No, it ain't complicated. I'm gonna send you some business. You're gonna send me my damn referral check.
Yes.
It ain't complicated. And if you don't, then I ain't gonna send you no more business.
Yes.
That's real simple to me.
Yes, I know. But right now, the lawyers pay a monthly or annual membership fee, right, to be in the network and to receive access to those potential clients.
I mean, you're on an Emmy-nominated show throwing out names. I mean, they getting mad publicity.
Yeah.
Their names are being mentioned with the likes of Thurgood Marshall.
That's right. That's right. I'm always supporting our lawyers, always pushing them, always plugging them, because it's important for folks to know that these folks exist, right? And that they go to bat every day for their clients, every day. You know what's so funny? I just started watching Suits. And let me tell you, there are not many Black-led law firms. I love the fact that she is the managing partner. Another managing partner that is out of Baltimore, Michelle Lipkowitz, Black woman. She used to be the managing partner over at Saul Ewing, and now she's at Mintz out of DC, but she's an incredible leader. And so when you look at those big law firms in the city, only 2.2% of them, only 2.2% of the partners are Black.
What's the most influential law firm in the city of Baltimore?
It really depends on the subject. Are you talking about
business?
It depends on what kind of business. See, because our business
corporate.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't spend a lot of time analyzing.
It would be the mayor's former solicitor's firm, Venable, wouldn't it? I mean, they did get the $42 million deal to handle Baltimore Gas and Electric, correct?
I honestly do not follow the large law firms and what they're doing and what they're not doing. I don't. I'm focused on Black lawyers, right? And their growth and their development and their connections and building relationships and partnerships that leverage them and their expertise. These large law firms, These large law firms, in large part, are doing their own thing. They don't really care about Black people, about DEI, diversity, equity.
I know. That's why I want to know where those big deals are, like the 42 million for Baltimore Gas and Electric, or the 1.8 billion-dollar expansion of Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport. They were at the time they were doing the expansion. This is about 8 years ago. They were doing a 1.8 billion-dollar expansion, but at the same time they were talking about changing the name from BWI to BWI Thurgood Marshall. And I was saying to Delegate Emmett Burns, who was alive at the time, to hell with the name change. Let's get some of that $1.8 billion in contracts to Black businesses.
Yeah.
Call it KKK International. We don't care, but we like that money.
Yeah, I don't know who is the law firm that is attached to all of this, but if it is a large law firm in Baltimore City, their numbers for Black partners, for Black associates, are abysmal. And they don't partner in large part with Black-led law firms as outside counsel.
See, when you look at issues like the vacant houses in the city of Baltimore, there were 16,000. I remember Pew quoting that number when she was mayor, 16,000 vacant houses. And I have 3 of them actually next door to me. And the reason you can't take these houses, eminent domain and all of that, is because of lawyers and court systems and people that protect these absentee landlords who have properties where Baltimore City Fire Department workers are being killed.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, you know, I don't know what to say to that. It is, I look, it's for me, my laser focus is on Black people getting Black lawyers, Black people figuring out how we're going to protect our homes and our land. How we going to
tell me about that stigma, because we are the generation that has broken that mold, that stereotype that we actually love Black lawyers. We embrace Black lawyers. We hire Black lawyers. But prior to our generation, those older than us felt like the white man's ice or the Jewish lawyer's ice was colder. Tell me about that stigma and breaking down those stereotypes and shattering glass ceilings.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I know that you're right? That most Black people are like, oh, when I first started Justice Connection, Black people were like, yes, we are here for this. We want to connect with Black lawyers. We love this idea. I think that for the longest, you had a Thurgood Marshall, you had all these folks. Think back, in the beginning when Black folks were just becoming barred as lawyers. When they came out of law school, when they finished the bar, they said, hey, I'm here. And Black people said, oh, we got you. You are a lawyer. Before that, when no one would take our cases, before we had Black lawyers, who you think took our cases? You already know the answer to this.
The people we just mentioned.
That's right. That's right. So we have a long track record of saying, go to a good Jewish lawyer. Oh, that guy's going to get you off, right? And so there is
especially if you're looking at 10, 20 years, 30, 40 years.
There's a familiarity with that is more word of mouth than it is around, I think, absolute desire. And so part of breaking that is for our people to know there are other options.
Yeah, you got options.
I'm sorry?
I was saying, yeah, you have options.
You have options, exactly.
Especially over the jailhouse lawyer. And I'm not saying a jailhouse lawyer is bad.
You talking about public defenders?
I'm talking about men and women who are incarcerated who also study and practice law.
Oh, gotcha. Well, they study law and they doing it, but I wouldn't say practicing. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, there is.
I'm just telling you, a lot of cats listen to jailhouse lawyers.
Well, of course, and look, sometimes those are the only people that will help you. Let's be real, right? Sometimes those are the only people.
I know a jailhouse lawyer who wrote his way out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Out of respect for his name, I won't say his name, but he now works for a prestigious law firm here in the city of Baltimore, owned by a black man. And I am so proud of this brother. He was facing life, and he got to study in his law and wrote his way out of prison. Facts.
Yeah.
I have to get him on the show.
Yeah. Black people, we geniuses. I mean, we put our mind to something, we killing it. You know, we killing it. And so black lawyers are in the community. They're much more connected. You know, the fun fact,
Jay Wendell gives back too. Jay Wendell is a big supporter of local boxing.
He is. And of other community organizations as well, right? And volunteering and doing things with the arts and so forth. He's one of our go-to for criminal law and civil rights law and personal injury and some medical malpractice. He's got a really dynamic practice based out of Baltimore.
He won a big case for Corinne Gaines out in Baltimore County. I think he also represented the older black grandma who got hip flipped by Baltimore County police. Rotten bastards. They hip flipped that old black lady. They wouldn't hip flip their own mother. I said mother. Yeah.
No, there are. See, we're so used to taking stuff on the hip, taking stuff on the chin, right? We are. We just like and feel like that's just our lot in life. Right?
No, it's not.
That there's no recourse.
No, it's not.
This happens all the time.
No, it doesn't.
I agree with you. And so, but it's about us having options and knowing that there are folks who will listen to us, who will take our claims seriously, and who will fight for us, right? When I used to be over the Civilian Review Board in Baltimore City, the types of complaints that would come in were atrocious, right? The types of things that police officers did to everyday people in Baltimore City. And so it's important for folks to know
especially if you don't know your rights.
I'm sorry?
Especially if you don't know your rights.
And where do you learn about your rights? Nobody teaches them in school.
No, they teach them in rap songs. Jay-Z said, I'm not going to let you illegally search my SHIT. So, for the sake of teaching our people a lesson, can the police come up to your car, pull you over, and search your car?
Not without probable cause, right? Like not without a reason. And so, they're actually this in the legislature in Maryland right now, looking at the smell tests, right? So you think about in Maryland.
Now here's something else. Why are you smoking in the car? Why are you, come on now, black people, don't go and stick your head in the guillotine, okay? Just use some common damn sense. Smoke your weed in the damn house. Now you go outside looking for trouble, you're going to find trouble. It's like going through your girl's phone. You want to find trouble? Look through the phone and you're going to get some trouble. Or your man's phone. Go through there, mind somebody else's business, and you're going to get what you're looking for. You keep throwing bricks at the penitentiary, what's going to happen? You're going to the penitentiary. So let's just use some common sense. I grew up in a generation where you don't smoke weed in front of the police. You don't have weed all around, and you don't go poking the bear. You don't go out to the zoo and smack the lion, because the lion is going to bite your arm off. My name's Donnie Glover, and I approve this message.
There's the website.
Come on, Kisha. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
I want folks to be able to one, I invite everyone to go to the website, honestly and true, because and I'm not saying to hire a lawyer today. Everybody don't need to hire a lawyer today. But I want you to become familiar with the option that is on your table at any time to be able to connect with someone, to hear your situation, whether that's, I know I'm being paid less at work, I'm being harassed, whether it's related to your business. If you own a business and you've never talked to a lawyer, you do not have a business. Come on, somebody, because you need to have a consult. And let's talk about this for a second, Donnie. When you talked about paying for a lawyer and how to afford it, and someone asking earlier around prepaid plans. Certain lawyers cost certain things. So if you get into a car accident, right, you know that people don't pay their lawyer the lawyer gets paid after the car accident settlement. Or if there's a police brutality case, the lawyer doesn't get paid up front. The lawyer gets paid after the settlement with the city or with the police and so forth. So there are some cases which are contingency fee cases where the lawyer does not get any money up front. They get paid on the back end as a portion of the overall settlement, the overall winnings, if you will, from the case. Then there are situations where you could pay hourly, right? And when you talk about those big firms, they love hourly, and they'll do hourly down to like the 6 minutes, some of them charging on the 6-minute increment, right? But so you have an hourly could run anywhere from $250 to $600, and in the Justice Connection Network, it runs anywhere from $275 to $600. Those large law firms are anywhere from $600 to $1,000 an hour, right? And so sometimes it could be broken down hourly. Other times it's packages. If it's a criminal case, it's usually like, this is the flat rate. It's $1,200, it's $2,500, it's $75,000, depending on the case. It's that flat amount. And then usually they have payment plans and things of that nature. Some of the lawyers have.
I want you to say that part again. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's so important to hear. And then I need to interject after that. So please tell them again, you can have payment.
Well, on criminal cases, I mean, depending on what the charge is, you can pay $75,000 for a murder charge. Okay. Clearly a DUI or a, something a lot lighter in sentence, a misdemeanor costs you less than a big time felony. And recognizing that people might not have all the money up front, they have payment plans. Right. Same thing with business.
So don't write yourself off and say automatically I can't afford you.
That's right. Right.
Don't do that to yourself.
Have the conversation, because at the end of the day, you want the best person, the right person, defending you, protecting you, advocating for you, and representing you, especially if it relates to your freedom and your life and your livelihood. So with business, even, there are packages and there are payment plans to ensure that business owners have the opportunity to take advantage of having legal counsel on a regular basis. So it's not always like you got to have that $10,000 up front retainer. One thing that I do advise business owners in particular is to take advantage of a legal consultation. And a legal consultation is usually paid. It means that you and the attorney have an hour together, an hour, or maybe they have it as longer, where it's one-on-one, personal, customized legal advice, right? It's an opportunity for you to be able to do an assessment, especially if you have a big contract or a big problem or something that is before you that you want to get some feedback on. And you want some real feedback, not from your favorite auntie or your mentor, but somebody who can actually tell you, based on their experience, based on their understanding of the law, what are the best next steps forward, and to give you options so that you can make a well-informed decision. That is key when you have an attorney.
I got to do a plug here. I got to do a plug for a lawyer who did just what you said for me. And I imagine you know her. Her name is Samra April. She did a business consultation for me. You know her? Just had a baby.
No. Mm-mm.
You went? Are you still there?
I'm here. No, I said no.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I said no.
The audio just went out.
I can hear you.
What happened? Can you go out and come back in?
Okay.
Okay. So the question I wanted to pose to Kisha, hold up, what's this? Yeah, I can't hear you. So what I want to share with you is don't wait until you need a lawyer to build a rapport with a lawyer. That's the most important thing I want you to know. Don't wait until you need a lawyer to build a relationship with a lawyer. You need to know your lawyers beforehand. And if you're out there breaking law on a regular basis, you already know you need a lawyer. So don't play dumb. Go ahead and get that money up. Don't wait till you broke. Don't wait till after you done went to Mexico, Guadalupe. Get involved in your own freedom now. We can hear her. We can hear her. Oh, well, thank you there, Irvin. Maybe it's my connection. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, well, thank you, Irvin. It's always something. Okay. Testing. Come on back, Kisha. So if that is the end, let me just put her website up, justisconnection.com. That's attorney Kisha Brown. She's been very active here in the city of Baltimore for at least 20 years. A lot of people I've known over the past 20 years, my goodness, we're just rendezvousing galore. But I promise to plug this lady right here, Samra April. If you have a family situation, look up Samra April. She's the lawyer without walls. If you have child support issues, okay, there she go. They tell me it was my computer, and I found that my speaker was off. Are you there?
Yeah, I thought it was you, but I was like, I'll leave and come back.
You know, I tell you, it's like Murphy's Law with the internet, with computers. What can go wrong will go wrong.
True.
I need you to. So you say you don't know Samra?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. Okay,
I've heard of her name, but we haven't worked together.
Okay, well, I need to connect you. She's a dear-hearted person, and we've been working together for some time now. What's your legal? No. Hold up, because see, these cats always want to take over my show. This is my show. I get to ask a question. Don't wait until you need a lawyer to get a relationship with a lawyer. I need you to address that. A lot of times I'm gonna call Billy Murphy. Well, have you ever talked to Billy Murphy or Eddie Smith? Or don't wait until you need a lawyer to talk to a lawyer. Get to know him now. By that point, it's artificial. It's an artificial relationship.
Well, it's also you not at your best, right? You're not at your best in crisis, right? You don't look your best. You don't sound your best. You don't feel your best. You're not thinking your best. Yeah. You want to meet the person who you want to hold in confidence, the person that you want to be able to trust, the person that you want to feel utmost confidence and comfortability with when you feel comfortable and confident, right? So that you can establish a relationship that is strong, that then therefore advises you in your good times and in your bad times. And so you're exactly right, Doni. You want to connect with the lawyer before Sugar Honey Iced Tea hits the fan, right? So that you and that person have a rapport, so that when it does, not if, but when it does, you're able to call them up and they're not, who this, right? They're like, tell me what you need, Doni. Right? They can jump right on in because they already know your personality. They already know your business. They already know your mission and your vision. And I'm telling you, folks, you can start the rapport by just having that paid legal consult, because it's not just an investment in this lawyer. Like, oh God, I got to pay this lawyer to talk to them. This is an investment in your business.
And if you out there selling dope, you need to have a lawyer on retainer.
Everybody need a lawyer. Okay, everybody needs a lawyer.
Don't wait till you get locked up to say, I should have paid. You out there shopping. You just bought her a Benz and you ain't paid your lawyer. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the last one before I hear you got to go. I didn't know you was leaving me, but what's your legal view on the Mosby case?
I wish her all the best, right? Like I never want to see another Black woman, another Black person get hemmed up in the legal system, in the courts.
I haven't got mad at me. I couldn't pile on. They were piling on that sister, and I wasn't piling on. Fox was doubling down on her. I wasn't doing it. So be mad at me, but I'm not piling on. She had enough of people just jumping down on her.
Yeah. No,
I was glad Nick took some of them blows last week. He took some blows, right? What did we see with that?
I just wish them both the best. I know that going through a court case and having everybody in your business and waiting for you to fall, and right, like, and you have a child, like it is challenging, right? And so sometimes we look at folks and we say, yeah, but ... right? And it's really our own stuff. It has nothing to do with who they are, what they've done, or what they haven't done.
Better put some sugar on it.
And so,
you know, you got to eat your own medicine, Kisha.
I got enough stuff in my own life to manage to be pointing fingers and throwing rocks at somebody else's.
You point a finger, there's 3 coming back at you.
Mm-hmm. 4 if you count your little bent thumb. Bent thumb come back at you too.
4. Look at you.
Yeah, look at me. Right? Look at yourself.
Look at me. We appreciate you, Kisha.
I appreciate you. I love BlackUSA.news. I love being able to come on board and share with you, Doni. I appreciate your support of Justice Connection. You know, here is the directory. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to put in the chat for folks to be able to check it out for themselves. Oh, wait, I have to join.
But you didn't answer the most important question.
Oh, I can't join the chat. What was the most important question?
Why do you do this?
Oh, you know what? Honestly, for the love of my people, this is God's. This is. I believe
for my people.
This is what I believe God has put in my heart to do. Right?
Blame it on God. She a God-fearing woman.
Yeah, God is like, this is what I have called you to do. And I don't know every step of the way, right? Like, I'm not a magician, but led by faith. And I'm telling you, when you, especially, you know this, when you are building something that no one else has built before and wanting to be of service to your people, you got to have a faith deep down inside that reminds you why you're doing what you do and whose you are and what the vision and the mission is, right? So the mission isn't for me to have my name in lights and making $1 million trillion. Well, I do want to make and plan to make lots and lots of money, but I plan to make lots and lots of money, Doni, so I can fund the revolution the way I see fit, the way the revolution needs to be funded, because we as Black people deserve high quality, top excellence every single day, every way. And so I'm tired of seeing my people, my family, my friends take it on the chin, for us to not have access to the legal resources that our white counterparts do. And for Black lawyers, we are the gateway to justice for our people. And if Black lawyers aren't right, if we're not strong, if we're not united, then our people suffer. And so we see where we are now. And so it really requires us to do something we've never done before to get someplace that we need to go and that we want to be. And that's on the other side of justice.
This cat keep talking about this prepaid.
I don't do prepaid. Let me tell you. Let me address this real quick. I'm gonna make some time.
Because I see he just.
So prepaid legal plans are, you know, a creation of, and everybody back in the day remember what's it called? Prepaid legal, right?
Yeah, prepaid legal.
You paid your $30 every month, and you had an attorney on layaway. And I'll tell you, it's to me, I don't like it, because you don't need an attorney on layaway, Doni. And you don't need one for $30 a month.
That's like somebody paying $30 a month for a website. They got websites you can pay $30 every month, $10 every month, and having built a website from the ground up. It's like people who built the house from the ground up. I'm not taking that right there. Are you kidding me? I want what I own. Because once you stop paying that $10, all of that work that you put into that website is gone.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't trained.
No. The prepaid legal doesn't establish relationships. It does not, because you only get 30 minutes per month on a different topic. See,
this guy's got to stay in his lane. He's not a lawyer.
But you know, there's a lot of misbelief around like those types of. One of my good friends, she has a business, and she had someone sue her. She's an esthetician. She had someone sue her, and she said, "Oh, I've got prepaid legal." They have a different name now. They call themselves Legal Shield.
Why they had to change their name?
Come on. Right. Same company changed their name to Legal Shield. And she said, "Oh, I got Legal Shield." She said, "But the price is, she said, I thought I had a lawyer. I said, no, boo. You were paying $30 a month for 30-minute talk with a lawyer. And let me tell you, can't nobody fix your problem or give you a solution in 30 minutes. They cannot, right? And it had to be a different topic every month. So that's what you pay the 30 minutes. I mean, the $30 a month for. And then when you want a lawyer, they have lawyers in their network, 1 or 2 firms. They're all white, because I've researched them. They're all white. And those lawyers then charge.
Hey, Styles Salons, did you hear that?
Huh?
The person commenting. I want to know, did this guy hear that? Did you hear that, Styles Salons? They're not black.
They're not black.
Hey,
But most importantly, Donnie, you now have to pay their full legal fee. They're not representing.
All they did was refer you to their white counterpart.
Right. You now have to pay their full legal fee, and they'll tell you, "Oh, we're giving you a discount," but it ain't 50%. It's like 5%. Trust me. You're not getting a discount with them. And it's a white law firm, and you only get to pick in their network. They don't network with black lawyers.
I gotta put this fact out there. You can't run just yet. America represents 5% of the world's population, but America has 25% of the world's inmates. Black men make up over 35% of America's prison population. Black men alone, when black people are only 13% of the U.S. population, and black women are the fastest growing demographic. All of that to say, black people are disproportionately engaged in the legal system in America over everybody. That's the one thing that we're winning. Yay, we get a gold medal for having the most people adjudicated. Doesn't that make you proud?
It's infuriating, right? And I know that so many folks work diligently every day to change those statistics. And Maryland has the most black people incarcerated in the country, which is
Maryland, right here where we at. So when we talk about black lawyers, we talking about freedom.
We are. Because 90% of all criminal cases are plead. So these lawyers.
And what does that mean for those who don't know?
Yeah, that means that they didn't take that case all the way to trial for the jury to decide. They said, hey, the prosecutor, the district attorney, the state's attorney, wherever you are, they have different names, all the same. They say, instead of us charging you with 10, we'll let you do 5, right? And then
ain't that a B?
Yeah.
What was that thing you said? You said SHIT. What does it stand for?
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Daddy used to say that all the time.
40 years, 50 years. And then black people getting locked up for stuff they didn't even do.
It's a whole...
Now, I have found a lot of people who did 30, 40 years, they might have not did that crime. But I'd have met a couple that did something. They might not have been 40, 50 years.
Our lot in this country, right, has little to do with our culpability. White people do shit all the time.
Yeah, I was talking about the white lady.
I'm not talking about killing somebody, right? It's about.
I'm talking about shoplifting. I'm talking about pills, stealing pills.
We know that our lot in this country is 100 times harder, right, than everybody else's. And so we're, myself, you, and others, I'm sure listening, work every day to try and change that. We deserve better. Black lawyers do rock, right? Black lawyers are key. And I hear you, Style Salon. I personally am not a fan of the prepaid model, because when it's time to I'd rather you keep that $30 that you're putting into this pot, keep that $30 and put it into your own savings. And then once a year, have a legal consult with an attorney, right? If you're a business, put away $350. You can manage that, because if you buying $1,000 worth of candles and wicks and wax, you can spend $300, $350, $400 on an hour legal consult once a year to say, let me just make sure my house is in order, right? If you work for a company that has legal benefits, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Pay that $5 a month and get a free will. At least you have something. 70% of Black people don't own a will, don't have a will. So it's not even just wills, and the Black attorneys in my network will tell you it's not just will, it's having a trust, it's exploring your entire estate. But we have to start somewhere, right? And so I definitely encourage those listening, put away that $350.
Can you
I'm
bring
gonna have
a
a
trust?
consult with an attorney.
Can you bring a trust expert on our show?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's talk about that. We'd
I
love
like
that.
a trust expert, and I like a will expert. What was the other thing we don't have? You said 70%
estate
of
plan.
us.
We'll bring some
estate.
estate planning attorneys.
Okay, well, we need to do that. We need to have you back. We need you back on the network. Can you come back on our network? I know you had a daughter and all.
I love you, Doni. Woo, woo, woo.
We tried, y'all. Damn, that was smooth.
No, I did see that.
He won't let it go. It's just a revenue model.
I love your stuff.
Blah, blah.
So you're right. It is a revenue model to use to grow my network. I actually don't, but I don't think it is to your benefit. I could, and people have suggested.
And they don't have no Black lawyers. I don't understand what he don't get. They don't hire Black lawyers.
He's saying that I should develop this model for us within the Black community.
Why did you choose not to? Because it's not financially feasible.
Well, no, it is. There's way more people than there are Black lawyers. Way more Black people than there are Black lawyers. So it's more profitable for me to say Black people, pay the $30 a month for access to the lawyers. But honestly, I feel like we as people, as Black people, it's an added expense that I don't think is necessary. I think you need to save that $30 every month for when you really need an attorney. And I'll keep thinking about it, Styles. I'll keep thinking about it because I do think about I'm always thinking about how do I bring greater access to our people, right? Because sometimes the lawyer price point is high.
Well, another part of it is those of us who are in position of influence, including the Black preachers. Let me tell you something. Our Black preachers know about Peter and David and these people in the Bible, but we don't know about the resources right here in modern day.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I'd love to invite any preachers, pastors. If anybody listening, they'd like their church. We're doing a lot of pastor presentations. So yesterday I was at a church. Next Tuesday, I'll be presenting to Act Now Baltimore, which is a pastoral group. Then the following week, I'll be in front of the River Potomac Pastors Association. I was with the Washington, D.C. Baptists last month. So we are definitely connecting with pastors because we want pastors. We were with the Temple Hills Coalition of Pastors. I want every Black pastor to know that the Black attorney is there for the pastor as legal counsel, the church as an institution, and the congregation. The Holy Trinity, right, as us and Black lawyers supporting that. Thank you, Doni, for having me. I love you.
Love you back, sis. Appreciate you.
Take care, everyone.
Good stuff. So there you have it, folks. Is this limited to Maryland? No, she has, she mentioned the DMV. She mentioned Alabama. She mentioned some other states, 777-9311. That was a song, wasn't it? Thank you. You're welcome. That's all right. 777-9311. All right, Donnie Glover out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have Rod Easter on the show. If you're from West Baltimore, you're from Bentlow and Lafayette, you're from James Mosier Baseball, you don't want to miss Rod Easter. He's helped a lot of people get jobs. He's helped a lot of unions. You're welcome, 777-9311. Up to day, down tomorrow. Do your day and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it, regardless of how I feel. I am somebody. I am my brother's keeper. We will be back Monday. We'll see Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. Mr. Reed, Mr. Irvin Reed down in Gordon. Irvin, we got to get you back on the show. Mr. Irvin Reed, we got to find out what's going on with that political race. Is Angela also Brooks, is she falling behind? And then David Trone, you got a Senate race in Baltimore County, got a congressional race. Look like Johnny Ocheski is going to be taking Dutch Rupertsberger's spot. See how the white people work together nicely? He slide right on in there. We didn't have that U.S. Senate seat quite as locked, Irvin. I don't know that we had it on lock. We have never had a black U.S. senator. We had a black governor. We want a black U.S. senator. And then black people, we got to use these people. So if you don't know who your city council person is, write this number down, 410-396-3100. That's your city council person. That's your mayor. Anybody who works with city payroll, the people send you ridiculous water bills, call them. If you need your state senator or your 3 delegates, you call 410-841-3000. 410-841-3000. Good morning, world.